Hey guys, we're back, and this time I'm on my US account. I've got finished TOA hard also in here, and I'm going to do the summons again. Now this account does not have Perna or Zyros or Rakan. It does have a few units, but they're not near as powerful. It doesn't have Chiwu either. So again, I'm going to be doing the summons. Now I got to clear a bit of space here because I forgot to. Let's see, 18. Yep, we gotta put some guys in storage. So we'll go over there and do that first, and then we'll get to the summoning. We'll just put all of them in storage. That's why I only have to look through the. Yep. All right. That should be enough space, I think. Now let's clear up some more just in case. Don't want to come back here if I don't have to. All right. Okay, so we're gonna come over here and let's get to somebody. Now, hopefully, I'll get more than one lightning out of. Or do I have two? Did I have two? I had two lightnings out of 60 scrolls. At least one of them's possibly. Well, both of them were useful, I guess. But I'd like a little bit more. Thanks come to us. All right, so here we go, and getting ready for disappointment. Oh. Even though it says Seara, okay, it's really still on this week. I guess we're going to have to come back to that in a few minutes. Alright, so let's see. Let's go ahead and do these summons. Alright, a serpent. Oh, top tier. An Amazon. Penguin Knight's good. Now, the Wind Penguin Knight, he is really good. I underestimated how good after he got buffed for TOA he is, but he is really good for TOA. Not much use for him outside of TOA. When you're ruining him up, you need to make him slower than your other units so he can refresh all their cooldowns immediately. Now, the Fire Werewolf was a Lucian skill up, so that's kind of cool. I really want a Wind Harg, not a Fire, so I have been saving up the Fire Hargs because, yeah. Now, if you remember, there's a new um, way to make legendary summoning pieces, and Windharg would be one of those people. If you just keep getting Windhargs, you could go ahead and sacrifice because you get skills for normal Windhargs, normal Hargs from 3 stars, so you don't need to save for. Now this guy is underestimated by a lot of people. The Wind Serpent, he is an amazing tank against fire teams, Perna, Rakan, stuff like that. They tickle him, and you support him with a water healer. Emma is a good one. Obviously, Anival, Praha, those kind of things. And he just sits there and they can't do anything at all. And you have basically a win guaranteed if you have those 2 units, and maybe like a Theomars or something like that to actually kill them. And he's that strong. All right. Doesn't look like we're getting any lightning out of these scrolls. Today is not the day for me to summon, obviously. Come to us is saying go home. Except I already am home. Alright, come on. Come on, please, please. No. Golem? Like Golem? No. This guy is no. Uh-huh. Alright. Uh-huh. It's probably not gonna happen. Nope. Phantom Thief. Nope. Nope. Don't need Phantom Thieves. Have no use for him. Now, he is actually a pretty good fire nuker. The problem with him is that there's a lot of pretty good fire nukers out there, and he is really and truthfully not any better than Kali. In fact, I'd say he's worse than Kali. Now, Kali I have used in quite a few Guild Wars. Kali with Konamiya is pretty actually amazing. You can take um, Kali, Konamiya, and a tank, say like Armada, which we summoned earlier, or anything else that can resorb a lot of hits from their particular unit they're doing. Um, and you just use Kona to buff uh, Kali and Kali to one-shot their guys. I used to see a lot of teams that were Veramos, Escher, uh, and Bella. And so I would use Kona to buff Kali. Kali would snipe Veramos, and then both of them would attack Jubel. Uh, Konamiya can cleanse off Jubel, so Armor Break is not going to stick very well. He takes half damage. Well, essentially half damage. He's got 50% chance less to be crit. It's pretty much similar. Um, Plus, you have a small heal. And all you really had to do was cycle turns until Kali comes back up. And then Kali can one shot either Escher, which is more difficult. So I usually went for Bella first, but it's very possible to kill Escher, just not even with his big nuke, one that is ignore defense nuke, because Jubel can also land armor breaks. And if you're doing this kind of team, you want your tank to be on will runes so that when they can't get armor broken. But that's a very effective setup for anybody who's doing like a fire nuker, a single target fire nuker, other guy that you can snipe. You just snipe the other guy, and then they both attack, or Armada and etc. etc. So that's pretty cool. Unfortunately, we're kind of screwed on other things. Alright, so let's go ahead and I got this really nice violent rune the other day. Now, as you can tell, I have spent quite a bit of mana in powering up violent runes. That's not it. That's it. There we go. Well, this one's pretty good too. Let's go ahead and see if this one's going to be. This one is about as ideal as a purple rune can get. Okay. Um, you ideally, in my humble opinion, you if you have these four stats, I'd rather have crit damage being the innate than HP percent, and that's because you can't grind up crit damage, but you can grind up crit HP. Crit rate, I'd rather roll in than crit damage, just to make it easier to use the rune somewhere. Because if I don't get any rolls into crit rate, then it can be difficult to use this rune regardless of what the other rolls are. But this is a pretty good rune. I mean, essentially, this has everything that you want, and this is a prime rune that you could possibly even want to speed gem if you get decent rolls on your other stuff. So I got crit damage there. That's good. It's a medium roll, so that's okay. I can handle it. Let's see. Now, what I really want to roll is a crit rate here. If I get a 4 or a 5, preferably a 5, of course, twice in the crit rate, this would be a great rune because I can grindstone up this attack to be 11%, and that's a pretty decent rune. It's not going to be amazing because it's a 5-star, all right, but that would be a pretty decent rune. Now, if I roll the attack twice, it's not going to be as good because it means I have to have higher rune requirements than the other guys to be able to be useful. Unfortunately, it rolled crit damage again, and it rolled minimum. So I'm not so great on that. I mean, it's still useful. Now I'd be thinking, also it's possible that you could, this HP percent is actually max. You could put it on some HP nuker. Unfortunately, the amount of HP nukers there are in the game is limited, okay, compared to attack nukers. There's a lot of attack nukers. There's very few HP percent or defense percent nukers. So that's why, one reason why actually the HP percent is better up here. You're at least going to get 3 attack subs, and you do get a little bonus to HP. So I guess you could view it that way too. But I would still rather have the crit damage up there simply so it can't be rolled. Because I wouldn't mind if it's an HP nuker to roll into HP. The only then bad rolls would be it rolls into HP and attack percent. And then it's kind of like undecided on which ways it goes. Alright, it's rolled a max roll now. So basically this turns out to be an average one. Now, on a rune like this, okay? This is a pretty good rune, okay? But let's say it was speed, okay? The chances are that it rolls average speed and would come out with be 16 speed or not good, okay? It's 1 in 27 to be able to do that. And that's just to get average rolls. So if you want to get better than average rolls, it starts talking about a lot worse odds. All right. So when you're deciding what runes you want to spend to power up, depends on how much mana you have. Okay, because these cost mana to be able to do them, and it depends on what kind of stats that you really need to be able to say, oh, I would use this. Okay. Now, a 16 speed violent rune is going to be useful. There's just so many runes that, so many units that need violent. But having said that, a lot of people get carried away, myself included sometimes, on 6-star purple runes that have a speed sub and just, oh, we would want to see if we can get lucky on this stuff. It doesn't pay out in the long term. Because what you're talking about getting lucky is on purple is you want a plus 18. And a plus 18 is pretty hard to do. Okay, it's basically 1 to 27 squared. All right, so out of 400ish, nah, it's more than 400ish, 500ish, 550. Okay, I don't know the power of 27 squared anymore, but it's that's expensive. You'd have to have 500 some runes on average to get 1 plus 18. Yeah. Which is, of course, very powerful, though, when you do. Okay? So, the question is, which one are you going to chase? Now, the advantage of that is saying that you get plus 18, right, from those rolls. But if you start with the base of, say, plus 6 versus plus 4, to be able to get to, say, 22 speed, okay, if 22 speed would be an upgrade, and it probably would be on a vinyl rune, okay, but maybe not on an off-spec rune. Because a 22 speed is a lot easier if you already have that first roll of 6 banked, okay, because then you could roll 2 mediocre runes, a 5 and a 5, okay, and you'd have 16, and you get 1 max roll and you still get 22. So, versus if you want to try and push to 23 or 24, that's prohibitively gets more expensive because it's going to occur less and less often. Alright, so let's go back on. Let's see if we can get this other rune powered up. Spend all my mana. Alright, so this one right here. Now, ideally, of course, we'd like speed. Alright, we'd like speed. 4 rolls. 4. 4. 4. 4 rolls. No, seriously, guys. It's not going to roll 4 times at speed. Alright? Speed, speed, speed. But if we're lucky, it'll avoid HP, flat HP. Alright? I know what you're thinking right now. Don't go into flat HP, okay? Don't. Alright. Minimum roll in the crit rate. Alright. Okay. Okay. Diet Dr. Pepper. It's great, guys. It's terrible for us, probably, too, but yeah. Everything's bad for us. Even summer's war. Oh, God. It's bad for our health sometimes. Oh, okay. So, alright. Double roll in the crit rate. So, this rune, I'd probably keep this rune no matter what it rolls from now on. Okay. Obviously, I want it to roll speed. That would be great. Okay. Yeah, this would be a pretty good rune regardless of what it rolls. Now, I would love another crit rate roll. Speed rolls would also be good. Again, trying to avoid flat HP. This would be a rune I would think that'd be worthy of looking to get rid of that flat HP for crit damage sub. The problem with that is right now is okay. There we go. Right. All right. So now, all right, essentially it's a purple rune. All right. Because it's avoid that crit that flat HP. All right. Now it only really qualifies as an orange rune if it keeps avoiding that. All right. Now, having said that, you need to take a look at also what you can grind on this rune. When you consider an orange, right? if I if I go ahead and put crit damage on here, okay? First off, crit damage is pretty expensive to find. Um, and you'd rather save it probably for attack percent runes, okay? But maybe you don't need any on your attack percent runes that are, you got good ones. An HP percent could also be good. If that, I would consider this rune as a plus as a legendary +2, if you will. So because beacon, cause you can grind on attack and and speed. All right. So that's basically makes it a better than a flat legendary rune. Now, having said that, um, I would then go as a qualifier. It's a uh, legendary +2 um, attacker. Okay. So what I mean by that is that all of the runes have all the subs have a synergy. Okay. So this one is going to be a legendary to attacker rune. Okay. And hopefully, right? Slash hopefully. Crit rate would be awesome, but so would speed. All right. Um, but this would be a legendary to attacker type rune. And the reason why I want to classify them like this is because you can get runes, but they're not quite clear of how useful they are. Now, this rune is going to be useful regardless of whether it rolls into flat HP or not, because the simple depth is that you need a lot of attack runes. Awesome. Rolled speed. All right. Um, yeah. Should I +15 this thing, guys? Oh, it's tempting to spend all the mana like that. All right, so that turned out really well. Let's go up here, and I don't think it's quite come up to the. All right, no, it should be new exclusives are now available. So let's take a look. Make sure. All right, so the new exclusives are now available, and let's go. Come on, Seara. It's like all the same guys I just talked about. Oh wait, because they are the same guys I just talked about. That's what happens when you get summoning stones, guys. You just oh, I got a lightning. Come on, come on, useful. 4-star Orion. Hmm. I don't remember. Was I skilling up a second? I might be skilling up a second. No, I skilled up a second galleon on this account. Okay, I had a second galleon. I think I need a second Orion, so that's good. This account's pretty much in the same boat. Could use the same kind of skill ups. So that's cool. Not what we're praying for, of course, but that's cool. Now, of course, this is only about 80, no, less than 80 summons total on uh, exclusive summons, which means that you're not really going to get a Nat 5, okay? Nat 5s are like 1 in 200 chance. I'd have to get lucky. And, for my lightning rate, you can tell I'm not getting lucky at all, okay? So, yeah. But again, I have most of Nat 4s, which is why I can do this. And I'm trying for a game-changing unit. Now, in this account, even she would be a game-changing unit. I don't have a good stripper. I have to use Aquila. Uh, or as what he calls her, Aquila. I don't know why he's got a K in there. It's just anyway. Um, but yeah, yeah. I went a little fast on that one, but there's nothing I want. So I just got a few more summons here, right? I got 11 more to go through, guys, and then I've got. Well, I got disappointment coming, right? Oh, I got lightning. Let's see what it is. It's a skill up. That's good. My water kung fu girls need skill ups. Well, one kung fu girl, of course. Why would you build a second one? You can't use her in R5. Maybe they put it R6. You can use duplicate. No, that's not going to happen. Okay, so I got good skill up there, and I got an Orion. So that's actually better than my other account already, even though I have less summons. As you can tell, now if I was like a level 10 account, I'd probably get, lots of stuff. And probably like my nephew. Yep. Okay. So that is broke. This account's all out. Now again, if you want to save some crystals up, TOA is a great way to save crystals up. Alright, so got one other thing to bring you today, and that's I've got a few runes that I can craft. So we're going to go ahead and talk about some of these runes again. I've got quite a few, actually. Okay. A lot more than YDCB ever saves up. Alright, so we'll go ahead and start with Violent. So pretty much in slot 2, I really want an attack percent. It's not attack percent, but speed. If it's a speed slot 5, I would keep it, and else I'm not going to bother with them. You could get a really good one, but it's not going to bother. Alright, ooh, that's a good one. That it could roll in a crit rate. It's not going to, but it could roll in a crit rate. Actually, if it rolls in a crit rate, HP, or resistance even, I could see resistance on some guys in R5. So that's a pretty good rune. Got 3 useful subs. No, no. This is useful for nobody ever. Alright, so nope. That is not it either. I can already say that it's nope. It's a 5-star blue rune. It's just unlikely it's going to be useful for me. Now, if you want to roll a blue 5-star rune into something useful, then speed +5 could be a useful blue rune. But I wouldn't do a speed +3 or +4. You need a lot of speed +5s to be able to get, on average, it's 1 in 4 chance to roll +8, which gives you a 13. And 13 is kind of useful. You can grind it. Probably you're going to get a +3. Whether it's purple or blue, hopefully you get a +3, right? So it's a 16 speed. Unfortunately, if you consider that, that's barely better than the average speed roll on a 6-star rune. So, while you can do it if you're desperate, I don't know if it's a really good use of your mana. Mana has become pretty hard to get, and that's why I've been running a lot of Necro, is because I just have not gotten the mana. With all these rune craftings that you have to do, it gets pretty mana intensive on everything you need. Now, if you have not noticed, they came out with a new notification on the developer's note that you're going to be able to, and this part they weren't too clear on, but you'll be able to redo some of the subs. Now, this kind of rune, to me, violent accuracy percent rune, it's not as useful as you used to think. You used to think that we need them all for TOA. Violent has to be in slot 6. You don't need it. You need only 45 accuracy, and this can give you 64. So the amount of violent accuracy percentage, really the amount of accuracy percentage you're going to be using is very small. So you need to be very tightly focused on what substats you really want on them. And to me, that means speed, because I want to be able to land debuffs, so I need speed. Okay, and speed. Right. Okay. Speed and speed. Obviously, you can't get speed and speed, but we want to roll speed. And so HP percent, defense percent, both those are also useful, or all three. A resistance could be useful, but it has to have speed. All right, accuracy runes have to have speed, or they're not worth doing anything with. So, so it's a 6-star rune, and I sold it because it's crap. Now this one, all right, if it rolls flat HP twice, it sucks. If it rolls percent HP twice, it's good. So we'll keep that. And it's gonna be no. Yeah, definitely a no. This one could be cute because it could roll crit rate twice. You're going to find that the amount of violent attackers that you want are not as much as, say, fatal attackers or rage attackers. A lot of the units that revolve in guild wars and arenas revolve on single hits and not the multi-part violence that Theomars and Perna are most famous for. Um, Simply put, because their skills don't hit hard enough or don't do enough effect. You would rather be able to set up everybody, the rest of your team, and just have one huge hit where you smash them. Okay? And Violent doesn't help on that. Violent helps on clearing debuffs, taking extra turns to do more damages, but it's not consistent. So I don't find that one appealing. Now, if it had a double crit rate and crit damage, notice it is slot 3, so it can't be that good. It's okay. So this one's pretty good. I like this one. This one is a consideration for their new system that they were talking about too. It only has one useful sub. Okay. Uh, all right. Maybe on Anvil it had attack percent. Okay, but it has speed. All right, and that's it. What you're really looking for here is roll on speed. That's really unlikely. It'd be awesome if it does, but it's really unlikely. And I guess we get to up that rune before we go, huh? All right. But that rune's a qualification for their new system that they started talking about, where you can re-roll some of the subs. Now there's not too much info. In fact, there's pretty much no info at all on what it would take to be able to do that. Um, yeah, and how it's all going to work. But even if they roll crappy subs, hang on to it. Flat, I mean, an HP percent legendary violent room does not come around every day. I would definitely hang on to it for later re-rolling. Okay, this one has no synergy at all. So obviously that's a sell. So that rune that I just saw, the HP percent one, it's only got one sub. So basically it's going to be, at best, a legendary 2, because of the attack, support. Okay? And that is not as good as a legendary 2 other one. So this one's got 2 flat subs. To me, if this was slot 6, you could argue trying to keep it because you just don't have enough of them. But slot 2, there's not a lot of units you want to put slot 2 HP in for Violent. You want speed. And the reason is, of course, because you want to take more turns. That's what Violent's about. And taking more turns means you need to get your attack bar full in the first place, which means you have to have speed to be able to get it up there. Alright, so last Violent round. Defense percent. Okay. Alright, so it's got a crit damage rune. Sub. So if we rolled that, we'd be pretty good on that. So let's see what kind of swift runs we can make. Oh my gosh, don't tell me I did something stupid. I did something stupid, guys. I can't craft my rage runes. Oh my gosh, I have so many rage runes I could craft that I can't craft any of them. Alright, come on, speed. No. I'm going to keep this rune actually. No, should I? Hmm. I was thinking about making a Kumon on a Swift set. So if I could get some good HP rolls, and this is max HP, that would be useful. It's got no base speed though. You really would like some more speed on it. Defense percent, no crit rate. Hmm. That's a tough call. I just don't think it's going to be worthwhile. It's got to roll HP, HP, HP. Okay, so this one's a little bit better because it's got some synergy. It's not very synergistic. It's got these two are synergies, these two are synergies. But really and truthfully, you don't want an attacker with HP. So this could be like a Kumon type rune for rolls a lot of HP. It could be an attacker if it rolls these two. If it starts gives me a mix, then it's not so good. Unfortunately, it doesn't have crit rate. Crit rate's pretty essential in most of these runes, so that makes it tougher on the other runes to be able to have it. It looks like I'm going to have a lot of purple leftovers, guys, because I screwed up. Well, this has got some pretty decent rolls. I'm going to go ahead and keep this one too, just in case. If it rolls some nice high rolls, then it's probably worth it keeping. If it doesn't, then it's probably not. This I'm going to sell. Now, if you're not aware of it, it's actually harder to roll legendary subs and try to get only two, or try to get everything into two subs than it is into purple and get two subs. Because it's one bad one, right? And two bad ones here. But the math is actually bad. All right. I've been working on figuring out the exact mathematics to help you all out and get you an idea of what your gambling rate is, if you will. All right, this is gonna be sell. All right. So kind of screwed that up on the purple runes, didn't I, guys? All right. So I do have one. I got a couple runes I could keep. I got kept. So let's go over and let's get that violent one and see what happens. You know I'm going to keep this regardless because of that new stuff they're talking about. But we can hope for just rolls all speed to start, and we don't have to worry about it. Oh yeah, flat. Well, I guess speed is flat. I mean, so I mean, it's half right. I mean, yeah, yeah. As I said, the math is against you. Okay, chances of rolling not into two flat subs is bad. Essentially, a 1 in 16 runes will not roll into two flat subs, so roll speed. Okay, so if it rolls once more to speed, this is pretty good. If it doesn't, it's an okay rune. Alright? It'd be like a blue rune, essentially. That kind of failed, but since it's a rare HP percent violent rune, which you want a lot of because they're going to support monsters, it's still a keeper. Okay. Now we first prefer to roll speed again and it'd be good, but it's not going to happen. All right. Now, in my opinion, this is not good enough to be an animal rune. If it rolls attack percent again, it's still not good enough to be an animal rune. I like my animals to be running attack percent subs, not HP. Attack percent main and HP subs. And I find that works better for me. My animal has like 25k health or something like that with two attack percent runes. And she heals for a reasonable amount with and she gets her cleanse off, and she's got a little bit of accuracy too. But I find the reverse to be the heal just isn't significant enough even when trying to heal like tanky monsters like your Meta, to be worth it. That's just, yeah. It can be a matter of preference, of course. Depends on what you have available to you. But and this count, obviously, I don't have an animal. All right, come on, speed, 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 speed. It's 25% chance, right, guys? It doesn't seem like that. It just doesn't seem like that. It just doesn't come up. It rolls speed. It'd be a decently rolled blue. Okay, I guess it rolled attack percent once, so I guess you can consider it a purple, but a lot of units don't have that much synergy with it. No. It's a meh roll. Meh. Meh. Alright, I don't know what to say on that one, but meh. Let's go over here. I got that defense percent rune. No, I got an HP rune, right? Alright, so this one, unfortunately, it's a slow roll on HP percent. But if it rolls HP flat, oh my gosh, I don't want to roll flat. Don't roll flat, okay? Roll percent, 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 percent. Yeah, I'm not going to keep this. It's hard enough already to get HP grindstones. For a violent, I don't have enough. I need a lot of violent grindstones, and there's just no reason to keep that when to make it useful. It really needs to be grinded. Now, if you've got plenty, you've got plenty, but I don't have plenty. All right, we got that attack percent. Let's go to that one. So here we'd love crit rate, but HP is useful. Okay. Resistance. Resistance is okay because you could put it on an R5 unit. Okay, but that pigeonholes the unit a lot. I mean, you only have so many R5 attack percent attacker runes that you need. Essentially, one or maybe two sets. So you'd have to be better than your other set. And that's the only depth pool that you need. And to me, that kind of sucks, right? For, preferably though, if you will, HP or crit rate, it can be used in a lot of various things. Perna would be great with HP subs, right? Which obviously you gotta have the crit rate up, but at least you have a crit rate roll on there. I mean, the resistance kind of would make it a resistance will basically turn this back into a blue rune. Okay. Yeah. Still, could be an R5 rune. Probably would never make it on a Perna. And one of the reasons why people don't realize this is because how accuracy and resistance work. So on accuracy, if I want to be able to land debuff, if I have 85% accuracy, I get to ignore my opponent's resistance. It doesn't matter. My opponent can have 1,000 resistance. You can't have 1,000 resistance, but you can have 100 resistance. If I have 85 accuracy, your resistance doesn't matter at all. And so to that effect, in PvP, people who really need to land debuffs, okay, generally speaking, they go to 85% accuracy. Now, that means that, like Orion can land debuffs on Jasoon regardless of what Jasoon does. Now, this is a pretty good rune. I'm going to go ahead and up this to plus 12. Maybe we'll get a speed sub roll, or a crit damage roll. If I get a crit damage roll, you could even think about grinding off the resistance, even though it's rolled into, or you could keep it. I would be happy either way, I think. I would prefer, though, a speed roll if I decide to do that versus a crit damage roll. Because a crit damage roll, I can gem. And then I could keep the resistance and it would make it pretty nice. Versus a crit damage roll, I couldn't. You basically lose a tier of subs that you're gaining. So I rolled accuracy. Well, accuracy is not bad. It's definitely a candidate for being replaced, but it's still pretty good. That's a pretty nice rune. I like that HP percent on there. It's going to be useful for somebody. Unfortunately, no speed. Maybe my Shihao. Now this rune, if rolled all HP, this is a great tank rune for R5. Though you again would prefer a speed sub roll somewhere. If it rolls crit damage, which it did, it could be considered for another defense-based unit. Maybe Sin. No, Sin can't crit. Sin is his damage gets a bonus according to his defense, but that he can crit, but that defense bonus doesn't gain damage bonus from crit. So if you rune him crit, it doesn't matter as much. Wow. 2 crit damage rolls. So rolls a 2 crit damage rolls and it's still only a 14. Yeah. So a top tier one would roll like what, about 21, I think. Possible. So our rolls are so bad we basically lost a roll. A possible roll. Alright, well it's still over 4. It's still over 10. I mean, this is a rune that's kind of hard to figure out where you're going to go. And that last roll didn't help. So rune I'll keep. Wish I had some purple runes. I mean, some will or rage runes I was going to craft. But, I don't know. I screwed up. I screwed up. So let's go and see what we can get here. So I got a crit damage roll. With that crit damage roll, I'd like to have attack percent rolls. I really don't want to see an HP percent roll. Am I jinxing myself, guys? Well, it could be useful as a Kumon rune. If it rolls attack percent, though, I might actually just sell it. I don't really need extra HP on things like Lucians. If your opponent's not dead or close to dead, then the HP doesn't matter so much, rather than more attacking stats. You want to be able to kill them or come close to killing them. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. If Perna goes ham, Perna goes ham, and there's nothing you can do about that. But I don't know what to say. This thing does not want to level up. Okay, so This rune was kind of a possibly useful rune to start with. It rolled max, no, next to max. Alright, so this rune really needs to be looked at in, like that is probably better. That is unequipped. That's, I'd rather have the crit rate, I think. Well, I like the base rolls on crit rate and crit damage here. Those are max for both of them. So you could get some nice rolls on this thing. And I am jinxing myself, aren't I? I mean, I'm like, lightning, no. Lightning, no. Lightning, no. All right, we're not gonna get anything, and then boom, we do. I mean, I don't know what to say, guys. Today is not my day for shit. And now you know where all your mana goes, right, guys? All right, so I'm not going to bother powering up that rune either. All right, well, that makes that easier. And no super things here. Alright, let's go see what the other account can do.